Hi, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Suzanne and
Manny Show.
All right, we gotta get serious. We are never serious.
I don't know why. You said, Manny, get ready.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, but wait. And then he said, all right, we're on. And hello. It's good to be back.
Listen, it is so good to be back with you. How are you?
I'm great.
The 2 weeks flew by.
It did fly by.
I can't even. I literally thought, okay, I have some time. And then we're here.
Yeah, here we are.
Once again, look at us.
A lot has happened in these past 2 weeks.
Listen, but are you good though?
I'm great.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm great.
Good. You know, I'm good. I've had some moments.
Yeah.
But I'm good. I think, as we age and we get older, I think it's important that we take care of ourselves.
100%.
And I think sometimes, especially for somebody like me and you, we're going. We've got to pause, we got to rest, we got to relax. One of the things I love about you, though, you don't play about your sleep time.
No.
I do, though. I need to get serious about my sleep time.
Yeah, stop playing with sleep time.
I be sacrificing it for all the things.
Listen, see, maybe it's just me. My skin is too fair. You can see these bags. These bags be coming in. You see how the bags be coming in hard body. Yeah. So, I need my sleep. Yeah. I'm an old man, and we get grouchy if we don't get enough sleep.
Listen, no, that is so important. And, it's something that I really and truly I am looking at because it's between, work, life, kids, wife, all the things. And, when you come home, there's so much to do and things like that.
Yeah.
And then I watch shows and then I read books and a lot of times. But no, I'm really.
Yeah. And then next thing, you got a 2 to 3 hour block of time that you can actually try to get some sleep.
No, absolutely. Yeah. So I'm going to be intentional, honestly, to have a regular sleep schedule.
Excellent.
And honor that. So listen, so you've inspired me to do that.
I
so
love that.
I'm gonna work on that.
I love that I can inspire you to just chill out
to sleep.
No,
you've always been. Listen, don't
self-care is one of the most important things.
No, yeah.
And if I'm being honest,
yeah.
I'd say I'm great, and I am great for the most part.
Yeah.
There has been a lot that I've had to deal with recently. Throughout the past year in my personal life, just a lot of loss, which is really hard and heavy to bear. And you don't really know how to process that and keep moving at the same time. And, I got kids to take care of, bills to pay. I had to keep working, you know what I mean? So it was kind of like push through.
Yeah.
But something's got to give, and I don't know if this is the appropriate place to say this.
Okay, it's always
but,
appropriate.
We are talking about self-care, and I have received some feedback from people in the community who are like, Manny, where are you? We ain't seeing you. You're nowhere, and you're not showing up anymore. What's going on? That's what's going on. Sometimes we just need to step back and take a moment for ourselves and not be everywhere for everyone, but be here for ourselves.
No, absolutely. And I think that's important. I think it's kudos to because you've always been there. And you are correct, you're there, you're at every event, every festival, recording, you're behind the camera, you're in front of the camera, and it does take a toll. And I think, one of the things that I've tried to learn with people and, with myself, just because somebody isn't there doesn't mean they're not supporting you or not cheering for you.
Right.
But that there are times when there are legitimate issues that come up that you genuinely can't go. Sometimes folks are dealing with health issues because I'm private with my health challenges till there's a solution. So if I'm going through a health thing, it's not something that I'm going to announce per se. I'm going to try and do that and honor that. It's not oh, listen, I'm exhausted or, whatever. You're not going to do a live to say, well, I'm exhausted. I'm going to go sleep for 2 days. You're going to do it and then show up after. But in those 2 days, folks are like, Manny, where are you? I didn't see you. Da, 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 da. But no, I think it's important that, you honor that. You rest, you find peace. And it's okay to just say no. I'm just gonna be here for a minute.
Absolutely, and I mean I'm still showing up.
You're
I'm still
there.
coming outside. I'm just not in the capacity I was before.
And
so you'll see
okay.
me, and there are gonna be times where I do show up in the capacity I do before, but I'm able to show up in that capacity because of all the other time that I've taken.
Absolutely.
To really take care of myself.
No, you do, and I think the great thing is the space is so big, and I think there is so many different individuals when I pop into spaces that are doing the same and similar things as us. But I think the great thing is like every single person is different, and every single person brings a different perspective.
Absolutely.
Because they're viewing it through their lived experience, right? And yours is different, and mine's is different. So
By the way, I just want to say, if I could shout someone out.
All right, shout somebody out. Who you shouting out?
Esther of Woosie.
Oh yes.
Can we talk about it real quick?
Fantastic. No. We're gonna talk about her. Like we're going like.
Okay. I just want to say I love watching her.
Out and about.
Being that I can't be there, I'm glad that she is. That's all I wanted to say.
I love it.
Keep doing your thing, girl.
Like and you are so creative. Like I know. Like
She's
on
amazing.
point. Like great job. And we're gonna mention you again a little further down. But listen, good to see you. Glad to hear you're taking some time to self-care.
Yes. Oh wait, today's my son's 18th birthday.
Oh my goodness!
Happy birthday! Well, not today. Yesterday was my son's 18th birthday. Jaden, I love you so much. And I can't believe we're here 18 years.
Wow.
And that's my youngest one now, an 18-year-old.
I know.
So even though like my boys aren't necessarily leaving the house, it's still a sense of empty nest syndrome.
Yeah.
Because like these are technically technically.
Yeah.
And I gotta like fall back and let them be them. You know what I'm saying? And
absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm in a transition period that I'm struggling with right now. But happy birthday, my boy. I love you.
Happy birthday. Happy 18th. It's a big age.
It's a big day.
Big age. Proud of you.
Milestone, right?
Yeah, it is a milestone. The next milestone is 21. But you know what? Every birthday that you're alive is. But 18 is a big one, right?
18 ain't what it used to be though.
Like
when we were 18, I remember. Well, I mean, not that I want to encourage tobacco use at all.
Let's
when
not
I was
go
18,
there.
you could do things like buy cigarettes or alcohol, things like that.
Okay. No, we're not.
We can't do that.
We cannot. No, we cannot. A good kid is good.
I'm
like
just saying now you can't do anything. You gotta wait till you're 21 for everything.
Like yes, and let's wait, and then hopefully by 21 you'll be old enough and wise enough not to want to. But great catching up. It is time for In the News. Some things that are in the news. Like what's happening in the news? What's happening in the news? So like one of the things, like we're from Worcester. I'm like, if you're watching this somewhere else, like this is, Worcester. So a lot of times we do talk about national news, but I really wanted to talk about Worcester because school's out. Right. And one of the things that as I was researching different summer camps and things like that, by the way, I found out pretty quickly that apparently people start planning these things from March.
Oh, no, February.
Like, I called,
back.
I was like, okay, last week's the last week of school. Let me call. They're like, no, we're booked. We're solid. We're like, we have no spots left. And I was like, oh.
No, you want to get on it in like February.
I thought I was like, okay, let me do this. This is the last week of school. Let me take care of it. Everybody's going to do it next week. No, these people are booked solid. So your girl is having some challenges there. But so hopefully for those of you smart ones who knew it, absolutely great job. I think it's because for the last few years, I was self-employed, so I didn't have to do the summer program.
Oh, okay.
But now it's different. I have kids to put in the summer program because I am, working. And it's like, okay. But we'll figure that out. But anyway, one of the things
I'm lucky because my kids are grown.
Like, okay, so you just announced, like, my youngest is 18. like, you're going to try to put that boy in summer camp.
No.
No.
He can put himself in a summer camp at this point.
Thank you, right? No, but I found this great thing when I was researching different spaces. And through the Worcester Public Eats, they have this program called the Summer Eats. And there's certain locations. So check out the Worcester Public School page with the Summer Eats program. And through this page, they list the different sites that the kids could go and have breakfast in the morning and lunch at noon. And no, I don't know how y'all gonna navigate the transportation. I know that some parents are able to, but there is enough spaces where like look for one that's close to your home that is certainly in walking distance. And why this is important. Listen, food is so expensive.
Yeah.
Food is so expensive. And these kids with their summer belly, right? Like, I swear to you, in the summer, these kids eat like you run a supermarket.
Yep.
And so I was really happy to see that. And I'm like, you know what? So just any parents.
By the way, my kids still make me bad in their food.
Like, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. My kid, like, some of them could still go, but some of my kids are like, one are like is older. But I think this is a great program. It runs from June 25th through August 21st. So
it is, and the beautiful thing about it as well is, these are meals that are ready to eat.
Yes,
you don't have to worry about cooking anything.
Oh, no.
So you don't have to worry about any dangers of the stove being on or the
not
kids
at
burning
all.
down the house and nothing like that. Literally, pretty much every neighborhood
has something.
has an area where these Worcester Public School Summer
Absolutely.
Eats program, whether it's a community park or a community center,
Some schools, like,
and even the schools,
absolutely.
that are within walking distance. But yeah, definitely go check out the website, find out more information to see which center is close to you. I do want to give a special shout out to our girl Marty Gonzalez.
Yes. Oh, they are one of the sites.
At El
They're one of the sites.
41 Piedmont Street.
Like, listen,
You can
El
go
Buen
down there.
Samaritano, EBS,
And
right
I
there
don't
on
know
Piedmont
what the
Street.
age range is. I'm assuming anybody who's
Worcester
Public School age
School. Yeah.
range.
Like, yes.
But I know one thing that El Buen Samaritano does is they do make it a point to make sure that our teens are also served as
They're
well.
intentional.
So if there's any teens that feel unsure about going to one of these other places, for sure, teens are always welcome at El Buen Samaritano,
Absolutely.
for whatever resources that might be available there.
Absolutely. They are part of, like, if I'm not mistaken, they are part of that Summer Eats program.
Yes,
And one thing I also love about EBS, they are culturally sensitive.
Absolutely.
Like, they're culturally sensitive in terms of, like, they like food that, is relevant to your culture. Because, again, in your culture, there's some things you look at like, no. And then, so it's really nice to go somewhere. So find out on the Worcester Public School Summer Eats site. Like, I was looking at the things. The breakfast is good. There's milk. It's nutritious. Like, all the things. They have
and
a
it's
good
well
look.
proportioned.
Yes.
You don't got to worry about them overeating, overindulging,
exactly.
wasting things.
So
it's
check
all
it out.
proportioned out.
Yeah.
And you can buy all the stuff. It's very expensive.
Yeah.
And so you don't want to leave your kids home. Kids will be kids, and they'll go and make a sandwich, and they'll make themselves a little lunch, and then they'll be like, you know what, I need to go get a little bit more. When they don't really need a little bit more, they're just bored and want more.
They
are kids, and they're hungry, and they eat. And this program, at the very least, will be a good supplemental nutrition program.
Because they're still gonna eat, but at least. So absolutely. So, like, shout out Worcester Public School Summer Eats program. Check it out. All right. So that is one thing I wanted to talk about.
Right.
And then, so one of the other things I wanted to talk about is the fact that school is out.
It is.
And as a parent, and you don't have to worry about it as much now. But as a parent, like, it breaks my heart every year how much drowning there is. So I will urge you to practice, like, water safety in terms of, like, I know it's enticing to go to the lakes and stick to the rivers and the lakes that you use. All right, it's a
I like that.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah. I like what you did there.
You're like, okay, all right, cool. But you know what, parents, if you're not at this location with your kid, make sure that you have an adult who's there. And sometimes the older brother, older sister is distracted on their phone. So,
no one gonna take care of your kid like you.
Like, nobody will. So, like, just be very intentional and be very, like, who you let go there. I remember one summer, I think it was a few years ago, I had two parents that I knew quite well who lost their little boys to drowning. It broke my heart. And it's just like every year, like, you hear it, like, and it just happens. And
last year, as a matter of fact, I lost one of my students to a drowning last summer.
It is tough. So let's just practice water safety. Don't, make sure that they swim. I know that they do swim programs at the Y and things like that, or just be vigilant. And, like, big brother, big sister, I get it, but I'm telling you, sometimes they're distracted on their phone, and it takes but a moment. So let's practice not only our safety with the swimming, but the scooters, the bikes, like, they're already out. And I'm like, as a parent, be aware, look up, because these kids are just, like, zooming out in front of you. So I'm like watching that, but then also make sure you tell your kid, please, like, be mindful of the traffic.
Situational awareness, folks.
Yes. Okay, big words.
It's a very important skill to teach your kids. And unfortunately, I'm going to be this may not go very well, but I'm going to be the one to say it. There's a lot of parents who just do not teach their children, and maybe because they don't know themselves, situational awareness. They may think that their kid is entitled. Why can't my kid go swim in the lake, freely? Why can't my kid ride his bike down the street freely? Well, because there are dangers at play that you don't think about until it hits you.
Yeah.
And then you have all these regrets when all you had to do was have a conversation with your child about responsibility, preservation. You know what I mean? Don't put yourself in a situation that's going to get you hurt. You know what I'm saying? I know when I was a kid, I used to jump the fence after the pool closed to go swimming in the public pool. Now, was that a big deal? Did anyone get hurt? Thank God, knock on wood, no. But was it a big deal? And could somebody have gotten hurt? Absolutely. I didn't realize that
there was
because
no lifeguards.
I just didn't know.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. I didn't think I was hurting anybody. But in reality, there was a lot at risk that there's a lot of people since me doing what I did have actually succumbed to those risks.
Yeah.
And I really, if you look back, I just got lucky. So please talk to your kids and keep them in situations that, or have them keep themselves, in situations that aren't gonna put their lives in danger.
No, absolutely. Like warn them, like he
Stay
said,
out the street
situational awareness. Like, you
don't
know,
jump in the deep end.
like I get it. Listen, the street that I live at, sometimes, the drivers on my street, like honestly act like they're at the Audubon. And like, that's honestly one of the reasons why we got the fence at our house, because they were just like, my kids were in the yard playing, and I was like, these guys were going by so fast. And like, I was, I was concerned, but I do.
I mean, you do got pretty nice straightaway.
Like, I don't come on my street, Manny.
Am I one of them guys?
Do not come on my street, Manny. I know there's a nice little like roadway there, but I'm just like, just talk to the kids. I know, right? Yeah, there's none. Oh wow, there's none. Yeah, oh wow,
yeah.
Like right?
It's very nice.
Like it is a nice street, but no, do not be racing down my street.
And you won't know.
Okay. But just talk to the kids about water safety, road safety, and all of that, and being. Oh, and one thing we almost forgot, like the phone, like being on the phone, like the internet. Like, did you
situational awareness?
Are you like lately? Like every time there's some kid missing from Massachusetts, like. I swear every day. I mean,
human trafficking is real.
It is.
It
and
really
it's
is.
Really bad. But it's just like, I feel like every single day, like, okay, Worcester, Dudley, Everett, Hyatt. I'm like, whoa. I mean, I'm not saying that they didn't kidnap them before, but like, I feel like every week there's another missing child. So teach them about internet safety. Don't share their information. Don't share their address, because like a lot of the times, they'll meet someone in the chat room and they say like, oh, they're a girl or they're a boy, whatever, your gender is. And you think you're talking to a 13-year-old girl because you're a 13-year-old girl. And sometimes it's a grown man and things like that. And a lot of times. So also teach them internet safety, and listen, they'll be mad at you, but check out their business. I'd be like,
no, you have to look at their phone.
I do.
You have to.
I do.
Because you want to make sure it's not necessarily what they could be doing wrong. No. You just want to make sure of anything that could be wrong. Yeah. There could be people that are talking to them wrong. Yeah. There could be whatever situations that you may see that they may be looking up or interested in. For example, you might have a 16-year-old looking up weed, right? Yeah. You want to know about that, because even if weed is legal and recreational, first of all, it ain't legal for kids or 16-year-olds, first and foremost. But second of all, you want to make sure that if that child were to indulge in some craziness like that, that they were doing it safe and educated, right? Again, not condoning weed use, especially amongst children. What I'm saying is you might see them Google that question, what does weed feel like? You can have that conversation, dull down that curiosity so they don't go trying it with a friend who might have something laced with something else. And then next thing you know, they're getting drug-induced schizophrenia or something like that. Trust me, all that stuff is very, very real.
Absolutely,
very real, very
absolutely.
Scary.
I mean, we all know someone who went through something and, all the things. But I think, bottom line is teach our kids safety, be vigilant, be alert. And I know sometimes, like, we started talking like we were exhausted, but I get it. But like, we got to protect these little kids. So yeah. And then, so that's it for school and all that. We're getting off our soapbox. But have you been attending the watch parties, the World Cup watch party? Because they're all over, but Worcester is doing the thing.
So no.
Okay. I haven't either.
I'm a little ashamed to admit. But it isn't necessarily for any in particular reason other than I'm just not a sports guy, I guess.
Oh, well, then that's
Never really have
been. That's it.
Yeah.
Then that's literally your answer.
Yeah.
Like, it's like if not, I get it.
I love the community about it.
It's beautiful.
You know what I mean?
It's beautiful.
I love, like, there are things that I'm not necessarily into on a regular. I'll give you an example. I am not really into like sports. We just said that. Like basketball, for example, right?
Yeah.
I can't watch basketball on TV.
Okay.
Drives
Really?
me insane. I can't.
Really?
But going to a basketball game, I don't need to know nothing about the game. It's the energy in there.
Yeah.
And it's exciting, and it makes me want to be there. And I do find myself having fun and even rooting on one of the teams, depending on what color I like better, because that's really all it comes down to for me. Do I like red? Do I like purple? Whatever, outfit they're wearing.
Okay.
It's not an outfit, right? Jersey? Uniform? What is it called?
It's a jersey.
Uniform?
Like jersey, uniform, like
that's what it is for me. However, I will say this.
Yes.
I've heard that Argentina, right? They doing some big things. Is that right, Paul?
Yeah.
Argentina doing okay? Yeah, kind of.
I'm not watching
and the USA, they're not doing too bad.
USA is doing good.
Yeah.
6 points. Morocco is also doing good.
And Morocco.
Spain is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
The usual suspects, huh?
I'm cheering because I'm not into like soccer either. But football, but
football.
But I will say, I mean, I love the energy. I love the pride. I know like Haiti is in it, so there's just so much pride in Haiti. Yeah. There's so many African countries in it. Although they came to that airport like in style, things like that. And I love the fact that Worcester did like so many watch parties. I know MOAD, Massachusetts Organization of African Descendant, they did one. They had one while Ghana was playing on Tuesday. It rained, but they were still outside. They were having a good time. So it was really.
I have seen the pictures from those events, and I love
the energy.
The energy, the community, the I forget the word, but camaraderie.
The camaraderie.
People
I
coming
love it.
together.
Absolutely.
And just having a good time. And what I've noticed is it's people of all walks of life. That's the beautiful thing about sports that and music is in a very similar vein. Is you can have rich people, poor people, black people, white people, and everybody in between coming together with a common or for a common purpose, and that's just to unwind and enjoy a game.
I love it. I love it. All right, so it's a beautiful thing.
But before we move on from the World Cup,
tell me
situation, like what's going on with these Scotland friends of ours coming over here, and they just having all kinds of fun over here.
Well, why not? They're having fun.
They're having a grand old time. I guess they outdrink Boston. Is what I heard.
Okay.
You heard that too, Paul?
They shut down the bars. They had to do an emergency delivery.
They shut down the bars.
I love that.
They drank everything.
I love that.
I love it.
I love that.
They're not having that much fun in Florida though, because Florida is not as accommodating to them as we.
Oh wow.
Yeah, well, I mean Florida.
Like, listen. So if you're a bartender, that's where you need. Like, that's what you need.
They're having bagpipe parades, which I think is a beautiful thing.
I do. I saw a couple of them in kilts at bars. I thought it was fabulous. Yeah.
And I don't understand the cones on the statues.
So it's a thing in Scotland.
It's a thing in Scotland.
It's a thing in Scotland.
It's them. It's a way for them to leave their mark.
Yeah.
That they were here. It's the army.
Okay.
I forgot what the
Yes.
So when they did that here, and the guy, whoever it was, security, police officers, whoever it was, came up to the guy and told him to take the cone off. That guy, he was just being a party pooper.
He was.
He should have left that man alone when his traffic going. It's just a traffic.
They weren't damaging property.
They weren't.
It was.
We didn't hear all over Boston, and not once did we have a report that they damaged any statues or any.
It was all in good fun.
Absolutely. Yeah. It is all in good fun.
And
so
one
shout
last
out to
thing
them.
Like, because
then we got to wrap it up.
You know what they did here?
What?
They helped make haggis legal in Massachusetts.
Okay.
You have no idea what I'm talking about.
Paul,
do you know what I'm talking about? All right. So Governor Healy, while she was so free of all the things that she doesn't have to do because we have no problems here in the state, was with a Scottish somebody. I don't know. They were somewhere in some state facility signing haggis. And so, you know what haggis is? Haggis is stuffed lamb.
Isn't that like a
kidney? I think
it's not it's not a fun thing. It's not an attractive thing. Like it's in my
a
romance.
delicacy.
It is okay, sure. It's a delicacy, but like it's stuffed
it's
intestine.
like stuffed, yeah.
Yeah, it's stuffed intestine.
Yeah.
It's in my romance novels because
And
I
who
read
knew
a lot
that
of,
it wasn't legal, but now it is.
like
It's
so
legal in
it was not
Massachusetts.
legal.
Lamb.
Yeah.
It's lamb, not okay. Thank you.
So it's not it's not like it's in my romance novels, like whenever it's a British guy and like they fall in love with a American woman, and they go to like the pub and they're like eating these things, but like okay, why was it illegal here?
I don't know, but I wouldn't eat it anyway.
Okay.
I just thought it was interesting that
They're protecting the land.
they're protecting the lambs.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. You know what?
We still have lamb chops.
Okay.
Oh.
So yeah.
Do we
All right.
really want to get into baby killing?
Like we're not gonna go in there because we have one last story and we only have 5 minutes left in
All
in the
right.
news section.
Let's go.
Because I know that your Polly Pop is gonna be popping today.
Yes.
So we want to make sure we have about 5 minutes. But the last story that I want to talk about is like
Sure.
shout out to my favorite president. Who's my favorite president?
Barack.
President Barack.
Obama. Put
All right.
respect on that name.
Yes,
Best
yes,
president ever.
yes, my
In my
favorite
opinion.
president. So
Was he perfect? Absolutely not. I know that. Keep your comments. I don't care that he did this, that, and the third. Every president did this, that, and the third. But he was my favorite, okay?
He was.
right.
So they opened the Presidential Library
Yes.
in Chicago.
Yes.
Just monumental. They did it. It opened to the public on
Mm-hmm.
Juneteenth, which we celebrated and honored last week. It was like the 18th. It was just such a beautiful celebration, a return to dignity. You know, we had all the former presidents there. We had Biden and Bush and Clinton, and we had Hillary and Jill. And I think her name is Barbara. Is it Barbara or was that his mother?
No, it's not Barbara.
I think Barbara was his mother.
Barbara was the mother.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember.
I forgot his wife's
Laura,
name.
Laura.
Bush.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
my goodness. I was like,
I
wait, Barbara's
forget.
his mama. Okay, and like, and it was just lovely, and there was just all these different entertainers, and there was Stevie Wonder and John Legend and Jennifer Hudson and Bono and like all these Oprah, and it was just like there was no drama. It was just all the daughters were there. It was beautiful. David Letterman and Stephen Colbert wore the tan suit.
I love that. I love that. They sure did.
That was the biggest scandal
Yes.
of his presidency. Oh, the good old days. So it was incredible.
Which, like, how did we make such a big deal over a tan suit, and yet this dude now,
come on now,
he's wearing the red hats. Like,
It's-
don't you think that's unpresidential and unprofessional to be? And I love hats. Don't get me
that's the
wrong.
least
But
of
I'm
it.
just saying,
That's
like,
the least of
never
his.
mind what he likes to be wearing on the golf course. Have you seen
Listen.
him on a golf course?
I
Girl.
honestly try not to look at him. So,
Anyway,
but I just
I
want
love the
to.
tan suits.
I wanna honor-
and I also loved Michelle Obama when she was talking directly to Barack, and she had made the mention of the and you want a peace prize, and then Hillary nearly fell out of her chair. You saw that, right?
She threw shade, like just intellectual shade. I
loved it.
love it. Like I love it.
loved
She
it.
did. I know Hillary and Barack are always like doing that. We get the
Yeah.
meme. And then Bush, and he loves his Michelle. Like
Yeah.
they always put them next to each other because you know they could be cutting up. But
Yeah.
it
And I
was
love
just
that
lovely.
they had Bush there because it does show the bipartisanship and
It
that
has
it
to.
is possible. It does exist. It can. People can coexist amicably, and people who are hurtful,
Yeah.
intentional with how they treat others that they see beneath them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
no, they
FYI,
shouldn't be
nobody's
there.
beneath you. Trust me. But anyway, so no, it was a really, really good event. There has been some controversy
Beautiful
where
property.
like just amazing. So Bill Maher is a comedian, and honestly, I never really followed Bill Maher because he's just not my type of comedian in terms of like I just don't find him funny. Not
He's
a bad
He's
thing.
just got a very dry sense of
Like not a
humor.
bad thing, but I did
Yeah.
hear so actually DL Hughley was talking about it the other day. It was just like he said he knew him, like he supported him or whatever. But it was like at the end of the day, like Bill Maher is an old white guy. Bill Hughley is an older black guy. So their views are going to be different, right? But it was just funny how Bill Maher was talking about how it was too expensive. What? We just spent $14 million to paint a pool, but moving on.
Wait, no. We just spent 30 billion
for a war.
on a war that we never had to enter in to begin with. And as a matter of fact, if we never entered, we were at a better place than we ended up.
No, listen.
So wait a minute. We can't build a community center for Southside Chicago and the state of Illinois and the country of the United States of America, but we can go to another country, not even mind their business, try to steal their resources. That's really what we were doing. Try to steal their resources, kill their people. We could put money towards that, but we can't.
I think it's
noted.
just gotten so crazy, like, talking about like the design of the building is garish and whatever. I think one of the challenge is like folks always want to say Black folks are ghetto, right? And we are going to bring down the dignity of something. But I mean, let's be honest and real here. Michelle and Barack Obama, average educated, Ivy League, intellectual, greatest orators, oh my goodness!
And even when they were broke, ghetto is not really a term you could use to
describe
describe them.
And I just think it's a thing they use to dehumanize Black folks. But I mean, we had cage fighting on the White House lawn. Okay, if Barack Obama had done that, so like we've just got to like, okay, people say we don't make things about race, but let it go. Calm down. We're proud of the library. And I think this is my final thing. Congratulations to the Obamas.
Could you even imagine if Barack Obama tried to have like March
the
Madness?
The man wore a tan suit and almost broke people.
Bro.
So,
Didn't they get mad at him for doing the basketball court too in the White House?
They got mad at him because he wore a helmet on a bike, and Putin was shirtless on a horse or something like that. Like there was a whole bunch of things.
Oh, because he didn't look manly enough with the helmet?
Racism, like just white supremacy. Racism, but that's where we're going to go. The last thing I want to say, because we're out of time, and my final thought, and then I'm going to hand you over to your Polypop. So I think in an interesting bit of news, MAGA is saying they're going to boycott the library, but it was my understanding MAGA never went to libraries. All right.
I mean, they sure do act like they got a major dose of ignorance.
So I just, it's like, you're going to boycott the library. Like, you guys ban books that talks about diversity and folks that are different. So we're going to wrap it up. Congrats, Obama.
Also,
tell me.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
That's what I'm saying. But you know what? That's all the time for In the News, because now it's time for...
Pop, pop, pop. Polypop. Hey, it's time for Polypop. It's your boy, and we're gonna. I want to try to get it a little less
calm, a little calm.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna try.
We're gonna try. You got 10 minutes to do it, so let's see what you do.
You want to start national or local first?
I mean, what you want to do? Start local.
All right. So we'll start off nice and slow, like Tina Turner. And
then we're gonna do it nice and slow. Big wheels kick. All right, moving on.
Right. So, as we mentioned in the last episode, the Worcester State of the City addresses are going to be held on June 17th. 17th, thank you.
Yes.
And it was actually held at City Hall.
Yes.
In the Levi Lincoln Room, which is interesting to me. Because usually, don't they have that at like Worcester State or something, like in a much bigger arena, if you will?
Yeah.
It was pretty interesting. I don't know how I read into that. Are we trying to save money? You know what I mean? And look like we're being humble? That's possible. Or the other thing that really kind of piqued my conspiracy theory brain was, are we trying to keep people away? With City Hall, Lincoln Levi Room is not that big. And the whole reason why I barely go in there anymore is because like the metal detectors and stuff. It's just like a whole nother level of unnecessary that I'm not trying to be bothered with to go deal with, municipal politics. Anyway, with that being said, there were a few key notes that Eric Batista, the Worcester City manager, hit on. And essentially, he addressed homelessness, the housing epidemic, potholes, which I think the potholes was more of like a comic relief.
Okay.
Because you and I both know ain't nothing ever going to happen to them damn potholes, right? As long as we still have freezing water, which we always will because we live in New England. Well, I shouldn't say always. I guess we could, whatever, global warming, right? We're going to have potholes. It's part of why and how they exist. But I'd like to start with, can we go back?
Yeah, no.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I thought we had one more up there. I'd like to start with basically where he started, which was our biggest, most obvious issue in the city, the most in your face out there where everybody, there's no deniability of it, is our unhoused population / homelessness. I'm trying to be careful with how I speak of that, but also I'm starting to change my approach and my feelings towards it, if I'm being completely honest with you, which we talked about this on the last show when we were talking about, help me, City Councilor Mo Bergman had brought up the issue of accountability with the surrounding towns and basically their homeless population taking up resources here. And of course, there is an empathy, but there is only ever a limited supply, at least we're told that, at any one given time of resources for our communities. And it should go to the people who are of that community first and foremost, right? People who have spent their whole lives here, who have worked here, who have paid into the system, who have done everything that they need to do to actually have those resources be meant for them. And then whatever's left over, obviously, if my cup's overfull, then we can share amongst the rest. I thought it was pretty interesting what was said, because I don't think a whole lot was said. I think, when you say stuff that might as well just be left unsaid because what you said didn't add to, didn't take away from, didn't really move the conversation anywhere. It's kind of what I felt like happened here. Basically, what I hear is there's no real solution to the homelessness epidemic here in Worcester. Basically, we're going to keep collecting data, we're going to keep studying the data, and we're going to keep looking for answers in the data.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Okay.
Also, we are going to expand occupancy at our current shelters, which is cool, except the current shelters are already overcrowded.
Okay.
Right? We know this. This is an issue, right? And then lastly, the one thing that I guess, I don't know, I'm conflicted on this too, because it's not necessarily a solution. Listen, you're putting a Band-Aid on a hemorrhage, right? And what happens when you put a Band-Aid on a hemorrhage? It literally slips right on. There's nothing for it to grab onto. There's nothing for it to become a long-term solution. But they are constructing a state-of-the-art sober day, I'm sorry, not sober day house, a day, what did I write? A day center.
Okay.
I don't know why I couldn't think of the word center. A day center, which is only the third of its kind in the entire state of Massachusetts. So they're going to have resources. If you need to charge your cell phone or whatever device, communication device, they'll have stations for you to be able to do that. You'll be able to take warm showers, and also whatever other resources that you may need to be able to better your situation on a day-by-day, case-by-case basis. And it's also obviously a place for a lot of people who, once the shelters, I don't know if you know this, they're only really open at, I think, at like 7 at night to like 5 in the morning. Right, so they're like an overnight program.
Yeah, you sleep there, but then you have to leave in the morning.
All day.
Yeah.
You're left to your own device, right? And I think that this is a great thing in that people have a place to go and be able to find resources and be able to better their lives if they're ready and in the position to do so when they utilize that. And if they're not, at least they'll be able to they'll be able to go and be able to be in touch with whatever humanity that they do still hang on to, right? As far as like they can take a shower, they can eat a warm meal, or whatever other resources the center is providing. How is it going to help people from, you know, not continuing to be homeless or not continuing to be on drugs or other afflictions? That I don't know. Again, it's a Band-Aid on a hemorrhage as far as I'm concerned. But he did address housing, and I think that this might, hopefully in the long run, help that situation as far as, you know, Worcester needs more than 12,000 housing units by 2033 to meet the rising demand. This past year alone, Worcester's seen a rise in its population of 2,000, okay? Which is great as far as like
growth.
Right.
Yeah.
More people moving into the city to pump life and money into the city. However, we need housing.
We do.
Right?
Yeah.
So as you can see all around the city, they're building all these buildings and there's all these mixed housing developments going up. Even Great Brook Valley is doing a whole lot of rebuilding. So what I'm thinking, this is me just speculating.
And no, it's you're sharing your thoughts.
Is that, you know, in time, once they have all these new units put out there where people who are going to pay market rent are living in those, and then they realize they have all this surplus stock of units, that's when we'll finally be able to start addressing the homelessness epidemic and getting a lot of those people, particularly the families who are more willing to get off the streets and into programs. Because I think a big problem with housing is a lot of people, they still want their independence. They don't want to be micromanaged. And a lot of these housing programs, there's a sense of that micromanagement going on. But what is exciting, I think, and is an actual plan, is they are going to be rewriting the zoning laws here in the city of Worcester. For the first time in 60 years, they're going to make it so that they can actually go through, look at all the zoning, and figure out how we can make more space for us to be able to create more opportunities for housing. I know one of the things we've been talking about a lot in the past year or two have been the additional, the ALUs, additional units.
Okay.
Basically, the in-law units.
Okay.
That you can turn your garage into like a little apartment.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you can rent that out.
Absolutely.
So there's things like that. And then the last thing I wanted to that he touched on that I thought was really interesting, besides the potholes.
Yeah.
Basically, there is a budget for the Department of Public Works, but according to the city, I'm sure he's not wrong, there's a lot more that money needs to go to.
Okay.
And potholes are kind of at the bottom of the list, although they are on the list and they are taking it seriously and they are going to look into it. But one thing I think a lot of people need to understand is that there's a big, and I'm not trying to make excuses for the city, what I'm trying to say is you go anywhere around New England, you're going to find potholes, and that's because when water freezes under concrete, it breaks the concrete, and that's how potholes are formed. So it's kind of a never-ending battle there. And then finally, internet, I thought this was really important, especially for the summer with the kids, you know, being home all summer. Internet access. Eric Batista said that we want high-speed, reliable, and affordable internet for every household, business, school, and nonprofit in the city. And we're getting there by contacting vendors and industry stakeholders to maximize the process. Currently, the major internet provider is Spectrum, as you know. I don't know how your Spectrum is, but mine is. I wish I didn't have it, but right now where I live, Spectrum is my only provider. I know Eric has been talking about this for for a few years about how we can open that market back up to make it more fair. And also, you know, if we have more providers, there's going to be more competition in the service that's provided, making us the consumer receiving better product. And I think that's what's really important about that. But the most beautiful thing is the Worcester Public Library actually recently hosted a Chromebook lending program and can now, in conjunction with the city of Worcester, can now lend up to 500 laptops for long-term use. And that's basically a way to make internet access affordable to all. So even though you may not have internet access at home, or you may not even have a computer to access the internet, you can go to the Worcester Public Library and be able to have that access. And with the laptops, you don't even have to use them there. You can actually take them to go, which is really cool.
All right.
And then I know we got to go. Last thing I want to say, and maybe we can lead this on into the next segment, is Trump.
Okay.
And his refusal to sign the housing bill. Why? I don't know. I know we're out of Worcester now. We're national. I do know why. He's using the housing bill as
to hold
basically
American
a
people
bargaining.
hostage. Yes.
It's a bargaining chip,
Yeah.
I guess, or to hold the American people hostage.
Yes.
If we don't sign his
Save
America
America Act, which is
bill,
basically you require your ID to vote, to register to vote.
Not only that, you got to prove that you're a U.S. citizen.
Exactly.
Which is crazy. A lot of U.S. citizens can't even do that.
It's going to impact folks that are married, change names and all that. So yes. All right.
Right.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
For wrapping up Polypop. We could dig into that a little more with our next episode, our next show. We could certainly have some more because we'll have some like a 2-week in between that. So we'll have an opportunity to kind of see what are the repercussions, what happened, did Congress stand up, and all of that. So thank you.
Yeah. See what the update is in 2
Let's
weeks.
see what the update is in 2 weeks. All right. So we are going to jump right into Spill the Tea. All right. So we're going to spill the tea. We're going to do a little short version for you all today, but there was just a couple of things I wanted to call out and highlight. So if you haven't seen I Will Find You on Netflix, it is fantastic. It's about a father who was in prison for killing his son.
Yeah.
And then like his sister, like he's in prison for 5 years. And then his sister-in-law was like, they saw a picture at Six Flags, no less. And it was done in New England because Boston is a lot. And, like there's a picture of the little boy at Six Flags, 5 years older. And then there's a whole, figuring out how then we did prove that I didn't kill the son and all that. It's really, really good. It's one of ours, Harlan Coben. He does these limited series based on his books. Fantastic. 8 episode. Loved it. So check it out. I Will Find You on Netflix.
Also, it's been hot on Netflix. Maternal Instinct.
Yeah.
You didn't want to talk about that today?
Like somebody was talking to me about that, and like it's coming up. Like it's like real. And I read the story about the young lady, and I did, and it was just like sometimes I kind of don't want to watch them because it's kind of like what's gonna happen, right? Like she is there's just a lot of mixed feelings with it. Like this woman faked a pregnancy and killed her friend and took the baby out and all of that. And it's like really traumatizing. And the youngest woman on death row and in Texas, they haven't set a date yet. And, and all of that. But, one of the things that I was reading in the hospital that it happened that, she brought the baby to and tried to save the baby. And then the baby also died, by the way. One of the things that they were saying, like for folks that watch the show, like they got to remember these are real people in real lives. And like the folks are going there to try, get pictures and all of that. So it's so brutal. I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it, to be very, very honest.
Yeah.
But I did read the story about it. And like, I've heard a lot of people talking about it. And I was just like.
Well, I haven't seen it myself.
Yeah.
I have heard everyone talking about it. But I do know of the case because I watched a lot of true crime on YouTube.
Yes.
And that's why I originally saw the case was on YouTube. And it's sad, honestly. There are mixed emotions. It's sad all the way around, even for her, because you still got to think we live in a country that neglects mental health. And I'm just going to leave it right there.
So I'm not a true crime person. Like, I'm not. I think it's just so brutal because it's like, it's just.
I think for me, true crime is more figuring out the psychology of behind why things happen rather than just the spectacle of what's happening.
No, it's not that. Like, for me, though, it's like sometimes it's terrifying, like, just to think that there's so many horrible people out there. So, but no,
I like to know that
okay.
things like that actually exist.
It
And
does.
I'm not
It
ignorant
does.
to it.
It does. So I'm gonna get through. But I might, I've heard good things. I haven't personally watched it. I do know the story. I don't know if I'm actually gonna personally watch it. So, also, please check out like the TV cancellations. And I know there's a couple of shows that have been canceled. So like
Girl, I don't
right
even watch
now,
TV
like
no more.
like you don't watch TV, but this is like we're spilling the tea. This is our entertainment section. So folks are watching shows. So they canceled a couple of things.
Like what?
They canceled Watson and CBS with Morris Chestnut.
Never heard of it.
They have canceled a couple of different shows that I watch.
I mean, I've heard of Morris Chestnut.
Like Morris Chestnut.
I know
Morris Chestnut, right? So like check it out. Like check out the most recent cancellation because you'll see some of your shows are ending, things like that. And then I don't know. Like it's sad for me. And then like they have already announced like the lineup for the fall show. So again, I do watch TV. And for those of you lovely folks that don't, it's okay. I enjoy TV. I always because I watch so much, like I watch TV, like I always set up like a calendar. I'm a little anal about it, like which shows, because I just which shows I'm gonna watch, if I'm gonna introduce any new shows to my repertoire, if I lost any shows and things like it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So they already have the fall lineup for a couple of different shows. Like I watch all the Law and Orders. I watch although they did cancel Law and Order Organized Crime with Detective Stabler.
Law and Order.
Okay, all right. We cannot have this conversation,
I
man.
can't. Oh man. Every time I hear the dum, dum, dum,
I don't know how I'm having a conversation with you and just finding out that you don't like Law and Order.
Isn't that terrible?
Like, wow.
Yeah.
Even my baby girl is watching.
She watches it every day. Too much.
Community, let's pray for Manny.
Overexposure is what it was.
I love me so Manny, but I get it. So yeah, no, absolutely. TV shows cancellation, premiere dates are out. Also, check out Man on Fire on Netflix. I started it. I have like the last episode left, and I'm saving it. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
Although the teenage girl is a true teenager, which is a little annoying. But anyway, watch the show. Man on Fire is good. On Netflix. I am absolutely loving the Zendaya and Tom Holland press tour for Spider-Man, which comes out July 31st.
I can't wait.
I cannot wait.
I love Spider-Man.
So
now we're on the same page.
Now we're on the same page. I love
Tom Holland's Spider-Man, by the way.
Manny and I will go see Spider-Man.
Are we going to go see it together?
Yes, we can go see it together, and then we'll do a review.
We'll talk about it?
We'll do a review. All right? So I'm loving the whole press tour with Zendaya and Tom Holland. I just absolutely share her dresses. I just love the gown. And then also want to share that over the July 4th weekend, they have...
Sorry, I'm not big on celebrity couples, but there's something about them together.
They're just cute.
And maybe it's just my Peter Parker, Mary Jane affinity. That,
I get it.
I love them together.
And it's not even about the Tom Holland. Like it is about Zendaya. I just adore that young lady. We've seen her grown up from like Casey on the Cover and all of that. And I love the gowns. Bless you. It's the gowns. Bless you. It's the gowns that I love. And then The Devil Wears Prada 2, like y'all know, it came out 20 years later with Meryl Streep and all of that, Anne Hathaway and Emily Blunt. It's coming out on the July 4th weekend on digital. So if you didn't see it in the theater. And then last thing, I have about 30 seconds. Y'all need to calm down about Jay-Z's hair. You've got to calm down about Jay-Z's hair. So Jay-Z combed out his locks. For the Roots picnic. And everybody's going nuts to say that his hair is not real and all of that. So Beyonce did a whole thing.
Who cares?
Exactly.
Yeah, how many y'all hair ain't real?
Thank you. The man's a billionaire. Who cares? And this guy, they did a whole thing. People are doing TikTok videos about showing that it's a wig and whatever. Okay, first of all, I do believe it's his hair because you can comb out locks. Hello, you can comb out locks. My daughter, Sarah Jessica, literally just combed out her locks, just like Jay-Z. She just did. And she did a French press or is a press curl. I've literally forgotten the name of it. But she did do the blowout, and it's wild. So, and it's like, oh my God, I even said to her, oh my goodness, I forget how much hair you have.
I need to say this. When it comes to Black people and hair, there's always been
surprise and shock.
And always why can't why is it a big deal?
Leave
Like,
people
white
alone.
people go bald all the time. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying? And their looks change all the time.
leave people
Whenever
alone.
it comes to a black person's hair,
They
whenever
do.
it switches up,
Yeah.
there's always some kind of conversation that is belittling to that individual.
Absolutely, but
it's
even
never
black folks are
uplifting.
having this
I
conversation.
know. I'm not saying
like
it's
they
not.
went nuts over Beyonce's hair. Like she
Yeah.
had to like show a thing that like it's not real. They do her daughter's hair, like Jay-Z hair, and that was like I legit was on the internet today, and like this guy did a whole thing. He did a whole thing to show that like he's wearing a wig and Jay-Z had a wig, and I'm like, okay, first of all, I believe the man here, but if it's not, who cares?
Literally.
Why?
Nobody cares.
Like who
I mean,
cares?
people care. I'm
The
just saying, I don't
absolute
care.
audacity. Like, I don't care if it's a wig. I don't care if it's 50 wigs. Like,
Yeah.
let it go. So that's how I'm going to end. Like, let the man live.
And hey, listen, at this point, if that's our biggest problem with Jay-Z, then I guess we don't really got a
Absolutely.
problem with the man, do we?
Absolutely. That's it. So that is it for me from Spill the Tea. And you know, we want to be diligent and we want to be mindful, and we're going to keep you you know, in the loop. But Manny mentioned it at the top of the program. So like for Out and About, we do it for a few minutes. We talk about a couple of things that are happening in Worcester. So I'm going to shout out one thing, and then Manny will shout out, you know, the Woo scene, because I just love what Esther is doing. So we're just going to talk about two things Out and About in Worcester, because we try to share. So there's quite a few things that are coming up. But the one thing that I want to talk about, so like right as you're watching this show, so the Hidden Census art show, it's going to be at the JMAC, and it's going to be running there for a little. I think it's a 2 weeks. But today, Friday, from 6 to 8, it is the opening, like the opening celebration, the opening act, whatever, the opening thing, ceremony thing, right? So yeah, go check it out. Just go check it out. It's deep, y'all. So go check it out. And then, you know, I'm going to turn it over to Manny, because like we've both been just admiring and just really loving what Esther is doing for the Woo scene as she visits these places. And she's so good at it too, and so talented and creative.
She is. And I love, you know, a lot of people, when I was doing what I was doing, you know, they would recommend to me like, oh, Manny, you should do, like, switch up the way you do it. You should do short form content, blah, blah, blah. And honestly, quite frankly, I didn't really know. I mean, I knew how to do it, but I wasn't interested in doing it. You know what I'm saying? And so I had my way of how I did things. And I love Esther because she's doing exactly what everybody wanted me to do. Yeah. That just wasn't my lane.
It's not your, and
Esther got her lane.
It's okay.
I hope y'all are happy that she's giving you what you were asking me for. She's doing an amazing job.
Yes.
Also, a woman of color in the community that we really should be uplifting and supporting. Yes. And at the very least, it's free, guys. You can go on TikTok and follow her for free. And that's such a great way to support her. I love, you know, that she's everywhere now. Like, she's at all the festivals. She was just, you know,
I love it.
Back behind City Hall for Out to Lunch, and also with Prince, who was giving ice creams out to people for Father's Day, which was really cool.
Nice.
You know, so not only is she capturing what we can do, where we can go, and things that are happening around the city, but she's also highlighting what people are doing to make it a better place for us to be, a better community.
Absolutely.
And real quick, I also wanted to add, since I did bring up Out to Lunch, that July 1st, which is what, next Wednesday?
Yes.
I will be hosting Out
You're
to
the
Lunch,
host.
July
Okay,
1st.
all right.
So I hope that you guys all come out, come see me, come meet me, come talk to me, and enjoy a nice day at Out to Lunch. It's going to be fantastic music, great farmers market, and great vendors.
Absolutely. Out to Lunch every Wednesday on the Worcester Common from 11 to 3.
That's right.
Different MC. And on Wednesday, July 1st, Manny will be the MC.
I will.
Love it, love it, love it. All right.
And then, wait, there's one more thing that I
like,
need
what's
to
happening?
mention. Nope, I don't need to mention it.
Like, that's fine. That's fine.
I changed my mind.
We are coming back, so we got to wrap up the show. Our producer's telling us that we have about 2 minutes. So first, we got to say thank you all to the viewers, the subscribers. So make sure that you are subscribed to Positive Vibe Studio on YouTube, that you're following Positively Suzanne on Facebook, that you're following Managing Media on Facebook. And, you know, we appreciate you guys sending the comments, interacting, watching, sharing, talking about it. I run into y'all in the public, and you mentioned to me like, hey, you know, great job. We love the show and all of that. And we promise you we are going to do our best to be here for you every 2 weeks. We'll bring you a show. Maybe in the future we could certainly think about more, but for now we are really grateful and appreciative of you guys tuning in.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yes, 100%. And got to shout out our executive producer, Paul Anderson. He's
Always.
our fact checker.
Amazing.
He's the one that tells us when folks are talking to us and all
He
that.
helps me when I don't understand
Like
sports.
he does it, like he does the thing. And you know, like every time he does it, like because I remember I used to watch Live with Regis and Kelly.
Yep.
And remember Gelman?
Yes, I sure do. Paul is our Gelman.
Paul's our
Absolutely.
Gelman.
We
Like,
love you,
yeah.
Paul.
So I was like, and then Ellen had Andy.
Yep.
It was Andy? I think it was
I don't
Andy.
remember his name.
Like, yeah.
Oh, I remember she had DJ Twitch too.
No, Twitch, but he was different. He was like, I don't know.
DJ.
Like he was the DJ and things like
well,
that.
He was
like
the hype man for the audience.
Like he was,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, like the executive producer who's done the camera and whatever,
Yeah.
like they were always like trying to pull them out. So
Right.
like you are our Gelman, you are our Andy, although she was always scaring Andy, like doing tricks on him. So, but yeah, no, we all appreciate you. Thank you, Paul. We love you. We appreciate you, and thank you. I know we have a lot.
You're welcome. I was just doing a little cheers and sip to Paul, but
Like
you're very
yeah,
welcome.
I know, like yeah, like we can
we
do
do
it
it?
like
Should we
we
do
do.
it?
Yes. Cheers to
To
Paul. All right. Oh, we got a drink. Yeah.
Are you
Alright,
supposed
so-
to drink after you cheers?
All right, let's
Wait a
do
minute. No, I know we gotta go. But listen, here's the thing. No, seriously.
What?
I thought that if you cheers and you don't drink after, it's bad luck.
I mean, I make my own luck.
Hey, all right. Well, with that being said, that's all you need to know. All right.
All right, but no, thank you.
Thank you.
Our next show is in 2 weeks.
That's right.
You know, enjoy whatever you do, however you celebrate. Enjoy
July
the
7th-ish,
4th.
I think.
Be safe. Be safe out there. And until next time, this is Positively Suzanne.
And it's your boy Manny. And the Suzanne Manny Show. Peace.
For the Suzanne Manny Show.